On March 15, 44 BC, a shocking betrayal unfolded in Rome. This day, known as the Ides of March, would forever be etched in the annals of history as a day of treachery and bloodshed. The city of Rome, with its grand architecture and bustling streets, was about to witness an event that would change the course of its future. Julius Caesar, a powerful leader, was assassinated. Caesar, who had risen to the pinnacle of power through his military prowess and political acumen, was seen by many as a dictator who threatened the very fabric of the Roman Republic. His ambition and reforms had earned him both admirers and enemies. He was stabbed 23 times by more than 60 conspirators. These men, many of whom were senators, believed they were saving the Republic from Caesar's tyranny. The scene was chaotic, with daggers flashing and blood spilling onto the marble floors of the Senate. Among them was his close friend Brutus. The involvement of Brutus, a man whom Caesar trusted deeply, added a layer of personal betrayal to the political conspiracy. The phrase "et tu, Brute" has echoed through history, symbolizing the ultimate betrayal by a friend. The assassination occurred during a Senate meeting. The Senate, a place of governance and debate, turned into a scene of murder and treachery. The conspirators had chosen this setting to make a powerful statement against Caesar's rule. Roughly 300 senators were present. The plan was meticulous. The conspirators had carefully orchestrated every detail, ensuring that Caesar would be isolated and vulnerable. They had even arranged for the Senate meeting to be held at the Theater of Pompey, a location that would allow them to carry out their plot with precision. The conspirators met at the Theater of Pompey to finalize their plot. This ancient theater, with its grand columns and open spaces, provided the perfect backdrop for their secret meetings. Here they discussed their grievances against Caesar and solidified their plans to end his life. Caesar's death was a turning point in Roman history. The news of his assassination spread quickly, plunging the city into mourning. His funeral was a grand affair, with citizens lining the streets to pay their respects. The loss of such a prominent figure left a power vacuum that would soon lead to chaos. It led to civil wars. The power struggle that ensued after Caesar's death saw Rome divided. Factions formed, each vying for control of the Republic. The streets of Rome and the battlefields beyond became arenas of conflict, with soldiers fighting for their chosen leaders. It led to the rise of the Roman Empire. The civil wars eventually culminated in the rise of Augustus, Caesar's adopted heir. Augustus would go on to establish the Roman Empire, marking the end of the Republic and the beginning of a new era. The assassination of Julius Caesar, intended to save the Republic, ironically paved the way for its transformation into an empire. One phrase has echoed through history: "Et tu, Brute." This phrase, uttered by Caesar in his final moments, has come to symbolize the deepest form of betrayal. It serves as a reminder of the fragile nature of trust and the devastating impact of treachery. It has become a symbol of ultimate betrayal. The story of Caesar and Brutus has been retold countless times in literature, theater, and film. It serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of ambition, the complexities of friendship, and the consequences of betrayal. The aftermath of Caesar's assassination was a time of turmoil. The city of Rome, once a beacon of stability, was thrown into chaos. Political alliances shifted and the social order was upended. The streets, once filled with the hustle and bustle of daily life, now echoed with the sounds of conflict and unrest. It lasted for 13 years and brought significant changes to Roman governance. The period following Caesar's death saw the implementation of new laws and reforms. The structure of the government evolved, laying the foundation for the Roman Empire. The legacy of Caesar's assassination is a testament to the enduring impact of political upheaval and the ever-changing nature of power. To understand the assassination, we must first understand Julius Caesar. He was a brilliant military strategist and a shrewd politician. He rose to prominence through ambition and capability. His victories in Gaul expanded Roman territory. His writings, like the Gallic Wars, brought him literary fame. Caesar's popularity grew, but so did the suspicions surrounding him. Some saw him as a champion of the people. Others saw him as a threat to the Roman Republic. The Roman Republic, already strained, faced internal divisions. Traditionalists feared Caesar's growing power. They worried he aimed to make himself king, destroying the Republic. The Senate, meant to be a symbol of shared power, became a battleground. On one side were Caesar's supporters, They admired his leadership and wanted a strong ruler. On the other side were those who feared his ambition and clung to the ideals of the Republic. Whispers of conspiracy began to circulate within the Roman Senate. Fears about Caesar's ambitions intensified. A group of senators calling themselves the Liberatores decided to act. They believed that Caesar's death was necessary to save the Republic. They saw themselves as patriots, sacrificing for the greater good. Among them was Marcus Junius Brutus, a man Caesar had trusted and supported. Brutus's involvement was a deep betrayal, adding to the tragedy of the event. Section 5. The Ides of March. The Ides of March, March 15th on the Roman calendar, arrived. Caesar, ignoring warnings, entered the Senate. He had no personal guard, a testament to his confidence and perhaps his misjudgment of the situation. As Caesar sat down, the conspirators surrounded him. Casca struck the first blow, stabbing Caesar in the neck. A frenzy of attacks followed. Caesar, caught off guard, fought back but was overwhelmed. Section 6. The Fall of a Giant. The Senate chamber, meant for debate and diplomacy, ran red with blood. The very heart of Roman political life was now a scene of unimaginable violence and betrayal. Senators who once engaged in heated debates and discussions now found themselves in the midst of chaos and treachery. Caesar, stabbed multiple times, fell to the ground, his body lifeless at the foot of a statue of Pompey the Great, his former rival. The irony was palpable. Pompey, who had once been Caesar's ally and then his adversary, now stood as a silent witness to Caesar's tragic end. The betrayal was complete, and the echoes of Et tu, Brute lingered in the air. The conspirators, their bloody deed done, fled into the streets, hoping to incite a popular uprising against Caesar's rule. They believed that by eliminating Caesar, they would restore the Republic and be hailed as heroes. But the streets of Rome were not filled with the expected cheers and celebrations. However, instead of the cheers of liberation they expected, they were met with silence and then fear. The people of Rome, shocked and uncertain, did not rally to the conspirators' cause. Instead, they recoiled in horror at the brutal murder of their leader. The conspirators had miscalculated the public sentiment, and their dreams of being saviors quickly turned into a nightmare of isolation and dread. The fall of Caesar marked not just the end of a leader, but the beginning of a turbulent chapter in Roman history. Section 7. The Aftermath. The assassination did not have the intended effect. The Roman people, far from celebrating, were horrified by the murder of their leader. Mark Antony, Caesar's loyal friend and general, seized the moment. He delivered a powerful eulogy at Caesar's funeral, swaying public opinion against the assassins. Civil war erupted, with Caesar's heirs, Octavian and Mark Antony, battling the forces of the assassins. Section 8. From Republic to Empire. The assassination marked the end of the Roman Republic. After years of civil war, Octavian, later known as Augustus, emerged victorious. He became the first Roman emperor, ending centuries of republican rule. The Roman Empire was born, a testament to Caesar's lasting impact, but also a stark reminder of the violence that had brought it about. Section 9. A Legacy of Power and Betrayal. The assassination of Julius Caesar remains a pivotal event in history. On the Ides of March 44 BC, a group of Roman senators, led by Brutus and Cassius, conspired to end the life of the man who had declared himself dictator for life. This act of betrayal was not just a personal vendetta, but a calculated political move aimed at restoring the Republic. It is a tale of ambition, betrayal, and the unintended consequences of violence. The conspirators believed that by eliminating Caesar, they would be hailed as heroes and saviors of the Republic. However, their actions set off a chain of events that led to civil war and the eventual rise of the Roman Empire under Augustus. Caesar's death serves as a reminder that even the most powerful individuals are vulnerable. Despite his military prowess and political acumen, Caesar could not foresee the betrayal by those he considered allies. His assassination underscores the precarious nature of power and the ever-present threat of treachery. It also highlights the fragility of political systems and the ease with which they can be overturned. The Roman Republic, once a symbol of stability and governance, was thrown into chaos. The power vacuum left by Caesar's death was quickly filled by ambitious leaders, each vying for control, leading to further instability and conflict. The story of Caesar's assassination continues to fascinate and resonate with us, reminding us of the complexities of power, ambition, and the human condition. It serves as a timeless lesson on the dangers of unchecked ambition and the unpredictable consequences of political machinations. As we walk through the ruins of ancient Rome, we are reminded of the enduring legacy of these historical events and their impact on the world we live in today.